Have you ever opened up to someone, shared something really personal, and then immediately wished you could take it all back? That sinking feeling in your stomach, the frantic replay of the conversation in your head, the sudden conviction that you said way too much. If this sounds familiar, you've likely experienced what's called a vulnerability hangover. It's that awful mix of shame, anxiety, and regret that washes over you after you've been, well, a little too real. It's a strange paradox, isn't it? We're told that vulnerability is the key to connection, the bedrock of deep, meaningful relationships. And it is. But nobody really talks about the emotional morning after, when your brain's internal alarm system starts blaring, telling you that you've just exposed yourself to danger. You start asking yourself, why did I say that? What must they be thinking of me now? Am I going to be rejected? Did I just make things incredibly awkward? Let's get one thing straight. This feeling is completely normal. It's a primal, self-protective mechanism. Our brains are wired to keep us safe within a social group. And for millennia, being rejected by the tribe could literally be a death sentence. So when you share a part of yourself that feels raw or unpolished, your brain interprets this as a social risk. It's trying to protect you from potential judgment or abandonment by making you feel ashamed, hoping you won't make that mistake again. The vulnerability hangover feels so intense because it attacks our core need for belonging. We've just handed someone a piece of our story, and for a moment, we lose control over how they'll handle it. We've made ourselves open to their reaction, and the uncertainty of that reaction is what fuels the anxiety. It's the fear that our real, unfiltered self isn't worthy of acceptance. So how do we deal with this emotional whiplash? The first step is simply to recognize it for what it is. When that wave of shame hits, take a breath and name it. This is a vulnerability hangover. Just putting a label on the feeling can create some distance and rob it of its power. You're not a weirdo for feeling this way. You're a human having a very human reaction. Next, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. Instead of beating yourself up with thoughts like, "I'm so stupid for sharing that," try shifting your inner dialogue. Imagine what you would say to a close friend who is in the same situation. You'd probably say something like, "It took so much courage to share that. You were being authentic, and that's a beautiful thing. We need to learn to offer ourselves that same kindness." Your worth is not determined by someone else's reaction to your truth. This brings us to a really important question. How do we build trust and connection without constantly oversharing and ending up in this shame spiral? The key is learning the art of gradual disclosure. Think of trust building not as a cliff dive, but as wading into the water one step at a time. Healthy connection isn't built on dumping all your deepest secrets on someone you just met. That can actually be a red flag for the other person, as it puts them in an uncomfortable position. Instead, trust is earned and built incrementally. You share a little something, a small piece of your story, or a personal thought. Then you wait and see how they respond. Do they listen with empathy? Do they honor what you've shared? Do they maybe share something of a similar weight in return? Their reaction is data. If they respond with kindness, curiosity, and respect, that's a green light. It tells you that this person is a safe container for your vulnerability. You can then take another small step, sharing something a little more significant next time. On the other hand, if they dismiss your feelings, change the subject, use it against you, or gossip about it, that's a major red flag. That's your signal to pull back. This isn't a judgment on them, but it is crucial information for you. It tells you that this person may not have the capacity to handle your vulnerability, and you should not share more with them. The vulnerability hangover is often most severe when we shared our story with someone who hasn't earned the right to hear it. So the strategy is to test the waters. Start with low-stakes vulnerabilities. You don't have to talk about your childhood trauma on the first coffee date. You can talk about a professional insecurity you're feeling, or a worry you have about a project. See how that lands. This methodical approach allows you to build a foundation of trust. You're not just hoping for the best. You're actively assessing who is worthy of your deeper story. Another powerful tool is to check in with your own motives before sharing. Are you sharing to genuinely connect and be seen? Or are you sharing to get a specific reaction, to seek validation, or maybe even to shock or manipulate the other person? This is called floodlighting, when we blast someone with too much information, too fast, hoping to fast-track intimacy. True vulnerability is about connection, not performance. When you share from a place of authenticity, you're less attached to the outcome. And what if you misjudge? What if you share with someone you thought you could trust and they react poorly? First, remember their reaction is a reflection of them, not you. It speaks to their own emotional capacity, their own fears, and their own limitations. It doesn't diminish the courage it took for you to be open. In these moments, it is essential to circle back to your support system, the people who have already proven they are trustworthy. Reach out to a trusted friend or family member and say, "I shared something and it didn't go well, and I'm feeling that vulnerability hangover. Can you remind me that it's okay to be me?" Hearing that affirmation from a safe source can be the perfect antidote to the shame. Ultimately, navigating vulnerability is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. There will be times when you overshoot and feel that hangover. But please don't let it convince you to shut down and build walls around your heart. Every time you survive a vulnerability hangover, you learn something. You learn more about yourself, you learn more about others, and you get better at discerning who deserves your story. Being real is a risk, but it's a risk worth taking. It's the only path to the kind of connection that truly nourishes the human soul. The goal isn't to never feel the hangover again. It's to get better at managing it and to choose more wisely who you share your beautiful, messy, authentic self with. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more conversations just like this. See you in the next one.
Hit subscribe and start your next level.